Last up for this worksheet is topic 3, where we're going to convert temperatures from Fahrenheit to Celsius or from Celsius to Fahrenheit. And we do have two formulas, okay? So this is a little bit different than measurement conversions where we have some conversion and we use dimensional analysis. This we're just really using formulas, okay? So we have a formula, well, we have kind of two formulas, but they're exactly the same that take us from Celsius to Fahrenheit. And then we have one formula that takes us Fahrenheit to Celsius. So if you have Celsius and want Fahrenheit, we use one of these two formulas. So we want to know what Fahrenheit equals. It is F equals 9/5 times degrees Celsius plus 32. Or if you acknowledge what 9/5 is, 9 divided by 5 is really just 1.8. So we could say Fahrenheit is 1.8 times degrees Celsius, and then we add 32. And most of the time we use this one because 1.8 is just easier to work with than 9/5, honestly. Now, Celsius, we're not so lucky. So if we have Fahrenheit and want Celsius, I forgot to put and want Fahrenheit here. And want Fahrenheit. So if we have Fahrenheit and want Celsius, we would use the Celsius equals formula. And this one you have to be really careful with. Celsius equals 5/9, but then in parentheses, you take your degrees Fahrenheit and you subtract whatever Celsius is. So let's just go ahead and practice. I think talking about formulas isn't that helpful. Using formulas is. So example 6 says convert each temperature, okay? Well, we're going to start with 46 degrees Celsius. We want to convert that to degrees Fahrenheit. So we have Celsius, we want Fahrenheit. So we're going to use F equals 1.8 times whatever our degree Celsius is, and then we add 32. So you do want to follow the order of operations. We multiply first, we add second. So this is going to be F equals 1.8 times 46 plus 32. So let's, I think instead of flipping back and forth to the calculator, these are pretty easy. So I'm going to do these just on my handheld calculator. Get your calculators out and kind of follow along with me. So I want to take 1.8 and multiply it by 46 first. So that gives me 82.8. And then I want to add 32. So 82.8 plus 32 is 114.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. So 46 degrees is almost 115 degrees in Fahrenheit. Okay. Now for part B, we have Fahrenheit and we want to convert to Celsius. And unfortunately, when we're looking for Celsius, the formula just isn't quite as easy to use, but that's okay. We're old pros at fractions at this point. Okay. So we have that Celsius equals 5/9 times whatever you get in degrees Fahrenheit minus 32. So you want to do your subtraction first because it's in parentheses and then multiply by 5/9. So we get C equals 5/9 times, well, we have 50 degrees Fahrenheit. We want to subtract 32. So we get 5/9 times, well, 50 minus 32 is just 18, right? So we get 5/9 times 18, and this one isn't too bad. So I really am not going to move over to the calculator screen. In this case, this 9 in the denominator will divide into itself once and into the 18 twice. And so really all I have to do is multiply 5 times 2. So Celsius equals 5 times 2, or 10 degrees. Okay? So those two weren't too bad. They were pretty straightforward. Let's scroll down just a smidge. So for part C, we have 35 degrees Celsius. We want to convert it to Fahrenheit. So Fahrenheit is 1.8 times our degrees Celsius plus 32. So we're going to replace C with whatever, in this case 35. So I get 1.8 times 35 and then plus 32. So we want to multiply first. So 18 times 35, it it is late. 1.8 times 35. So 1.8 times 35 is 63. And then I want to add 32 to that. So Fahrenheit in this case would be 95. So 35 degrees Celsius is 95 degrees in Fahrenheit. Okay. And one left. We have 10 degrees Fahrenheit. We want to convert that to Celsius. So Celsius, remember, equals 5/9, and then in parentheses, you take Fahrenheit and you subtract 32. All right, so we want to replace F with 10. So I get 5/9 times 10 minus 32. Well, you get 5/9, and 10 minus 32 ends up being negative 22. And for this one, it's not going to be as pretty, so I will jump over to the calculator for this one. So we have 5/9, oops, 5/9 times negative 22. And again, I use this particular calculator because it's the one I have a virtual version of. Your calculator very well could be different. You do not have to buy this calculator. Just if you don't know how to use your calculator for certain things, ask your instructor. For this calculator, I do have a fancy way I can type in fractions, but if everybody's not using this one, let's not worry about it. So I can type in 5/9 by just doing 5 divided by 9 in parentheses. And then I want to multiply that by negative 22. And that gives me negative 12.22. So negative 12.22 degrees. Did the directions tell us? The directions didn't really say anything about rounding, so let's just round one decimal place here, and we'll say this is negative 12.2 degrees. So negative 12.2. So pretty cold. All right, we know 10 degrees is kind of frigid feeling. So there you have it. That's converting between Fahrenheit and Celsius. There are others. So there's Kelvin. Sometimes you'll learn how to convert to kelvins. We don't worry about that here. So just Fahrenheit and Celsius. So make sure you know how to do all the measurements, length, capacity, and weight in US and metric, know how to convert between US and metric, know how to convert rates, and then of course know how to convert temperatures. Okay.